scenes here are about the innovations that modern life has brought to this society in Paris: concretization and robotization. Also, the protagonist of the movie, Mr. It shows the events that happened to Hulot in his daily life and his reaction to this modern world in astonishment. In fact, this new age and modern life gives people a feeling of alienation. Modernization is also a symbol of the city being surrounded by concrete and steel structures. And the society that has adapted to the modern age within the buildings throughout the stage is the prisoner of this new age. We see different people in every frame of the movie, but here, both the way people dress and the way they behave are very similar to each other. And Mr. Hulot's surprising reactions are also based on this situation. There is no disorder in the city or inside the buildings, and everything is very similar to each other. And, unable to keep up with this order, Mr. Hulot directs himself to a government office in the first scenes of the movie. He wants to meet with an officer, and meanwhile there is a guard watching Hulot. In the scene, we see the watchman smoking a cigarette. Even in this minimalist space we see the rule brought by modernism. Because the guard can smoke in the area where he is allowed, and he is eliminated as soon as he breaks the rules. As in every scene of the movie, Hulot watches the rules that are formed here with great surprise. Afterwards, the attendant arrives and Mr. takes Hulot to the waiting area. Hulot sees the leather seats here and constantly examines them. The bent seats are corrected when air is filled into them. The impression that is wanted to be given here is that you cannot disrupt the order in the modern world, and if you try to disrupt it, the disrupted order will be restored by renewing itself. And at the same time, various paintings are displayed on the walls in this showcase area. The people in these pictures are Mr. It gives the impression of watching Hulot all the time. In fact, this is exactly what the intended message is. The society living in modern life is constantly observed and their behavioral freedoms are restricted. When we watch the movie, I see a modern, unconventional human figure watching in amazement and getting lost in it. It will be rebuilt in general. Entertainments will be made throughout the modern world. However, there will always be one in this new order that will be created. At the same time, there are people watching in cameras. It thwarts the purpose of society, and those who do not comply are eliminated. In other words, he lives in a state of modern robotization. In humans, it's very similar in this movie. Similar structures. It's like we're in a maze, and you never knows lives. On another stage, advanced technology products offered by modern technology, KTE. In fact, it doesn't make these products easier, it makes it harder. And the home scenes in the movie. It's like people are stuck behind the wall here. Developing technology restricts them from social opportunities. Society is becoming the salvation of the modern world. And elsewhere, we divide the rich and the poor. In a luxury public restaurant, we see that only rich people can enter. There is a restriction. It doesn't benefit everyone. Human freedom and liberty are ensured. So you have to fail or you will be eliminated. Just like a waiter with a torn jacket in a restaurant. His jacket is torn and is being eliminated, because it's like behind. The rule in the modern world is this: everything should be the same and orderly. In fact, this applies to the bourgeois class. We see the figure portrayed by Hulot as someone who does not belong to this class and does not know the rules. Instead of becoming a robot, he prevents his freedom from being taken away. If we are to draw conclusions from this in general, we experience this similarity in robotization in today's life. Especially the content that people share on social media, the pictures taken, the food eaten, the styles of clothing, the places to be are all in the same style. The contents shared on social media brought by modernism give the idea that people's social lives are rich. However, on the contrary, the society, which is increasingly distant from social life, only satisfies their personal egos when they share these contents on social media. And at the same time, Celebrities who have a lot of subscribers and followers on social media can easily guide the society. For example, when famous people share content on social media, they create a trend on the society and everyone continues this trend and shares these similar content on their own social media accounts. Even here, the innovations that our world has brought in the perception of modernism are indications that society is leading to robotization. And this shows that the society has adapted to the robotization system in the virtual world instead of socializing and doing different activities in open public spaces. Thanks for listening.